Hi, sweetie pie. Let me come around. Hi. Baby girl. Good morning, everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue, Tampa, Florida. I am here with Gabrielle Tiger. I'd gotten lots of requests for her last week, asking if she was okay, and I wasn't sure why everyone was so worried. She's just fine. I thought I'd show her to you this morning. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Mirza. Hi, Suzanne. This is Gabrielle Tiger. She is just waiting on breakfast. Hi, Barb. Thank you, Kristen. Hi, Mama Becky. Hello, Karen. We are just checking in with Gabby girl this morning. You gonna get a drink of water? Yeah. Hi, Nora. Yeah, lots of people that were emailing and commenting and asking me how Gabby was, and I wasn't sure why everyone was worried. She's fine. She's being a good girl. Where you going? You gonna make me chase you? Chase you. Morning, Diane. Hello, Pam. Hope you guys are all well. Happy Monday to everybody. Oh, where are you going? She's like, you didn't bring the food. You being sneaky. She was chasing me on my golf cart earlier. Where are you going? She just turns around and comes back instead of me chasing her. Thank you, Susan. I did. I had a great weekend. Oh, thank you, Lynn, for your donation. Gabby, you got a donation. Hello, Amy. We are just hanging out with Gabrielle for a few minutes. Kathy, no, we do not hug the tigers. That's crazy. These are wild animals. They would never allow you to touch them in the wild. Trapping them in a cage to do so is not appropriate. It is 8:17 a.m. here in Tampa, Florida. Hi. Thank you so much for the donations already. Gabby, you're getting so many. Hello, Marilyn. She's excited for breakfast. The keepers just got done closing lockouts and separating cats for feeding this morning. Oh, thank you, Joel, for your donation. She's getting grumbly. Amy, Nabisco's doing well. I tend to check in with Catherine first thing in the morning and see how all the cats are doing, especially when I haven't been here for a couple days. Nabisco's doing really great. He has to be in the hospital for a certain amount of time, finish up his meds and be monitored, but we're hoping pretty soon he'll go back outside. Yeah. Frosty's also doing pretty good. They're still waiting on him to be a little bit on a more of a regular schedule for going to the bathroom. Yeah. What are you doing? I know. Thank you, Suzanne, for posting that link. If you guys are new to us, we are a GFAS accredited sanctuary, so we don't do any buying, selling, trading, breeding, or touching any of our animals. I know. Happy Monday, Cynthia. You guys can learn all about Gabrielle and her story at bigcatrescue.org/Gabrielle. You're getting all riled up. Getting all riled up. Diana, I'm not really sure. I'm not super involved with the rehab program, unfortunately. So I don't know when another scheduled play date would be. Kira, she has a large enclosure. She's just hanging out in this area of it because this is where her feeding lockout is, and it's almost breakfast time. You can learn more about how our cages are designed. They're way bigger than what you think you're seeing at bigcatrescue.org/cages. Kitten Karma going by. She is doing morning meds. So this is actually all Gabrielle's enclosure, all the way around, all the way over here. She's just choosing to hang out in that corner because that's where she can see the feeders coming in the morning. There you go, lay down, sweet pea. There we go. And she's pacing because she's excited for food. Also, I tend to feed this route a lot, so a lot of these cats, when they see me, they assume I'm coming to feed them. Oh, it's a very rowdy bird. So I was thinking we might try to check in on Kiesha. I haven't shown you Kiesha in a little while. And I was also gonna head out and show you guys Andre and Amanda. Oh, there she is, she's back there. Not sure which way she's headed. She's laying down. See which way I can actually get you a good shot of Kiesha without getting too much in her personal space. As most of you know that follow us, Kiesha a few months back, we believe did have a stroke. She's been recovering pretty well. She has kept her catitude. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Just gonna say good morning. You're good right there, lady. Hi. This is our beautiful Kiesha girl. If Hoover's out when we go back to see Amanda and Andre, I will definitely try to show you Hoover. Oh, happy 65th birthday, Denise. I turned 34 yesterday. I had a great birthday weekend, so thank you for everybody who's mentioning that. This is beautiful Kiesha. Everybody's #1 question with Kiesha is why doesn't she have a tail? You can learn her story at the link that Suzanne just posted. But long story short, the facility she was at prior to here housed her next to lions with a shared wall. We believe they took her tail, part of her ear, and the back of her leg has stripes that don't match up properly, so. Cool, Ruth, we're glad that you're here. Kiesha girl. Thank you, Sherry. It's been a good morning so far. Hi. You hear those rowdy birds? The birds are up to something today. We've got a lot of rain overnight. Sweet girl. Cameron's doing good. Cameron and Zabu are on vacation. That's a 2.5 acre enclosure. And they actually have 24/7 cameras on them, so you can actually watch them on vacation. Go to bigcatrescue.org/cams and choose vacation rotation. Carol, that's a great question. Unfortunately, what most people don't realize is when a cat is born in a cage, it can never be set free. So no matter what organizations try to tell you, if they're breeding for conservation, if they're born in a cage, they're never going to go free. So unfortunately, no. All of these guys have actually hit the lottery here at Big Cat Rescue. They come here and live here for the rest of their lives. Yes, he's a spoiled girl right now. A lot of them have had a really hard history. Thank you to everybody who's donating. Oh, I'm gonna get the typical cat response. I won't look at you. You turning away? All right, I'll take that hint. I'll take that hint. Good morning, Rob. This is actually Brittany. I tend to do the morning walkabouts. Carol comes in later in the afternoon and usually does evening walkabouts. Thank you, Ruth, for your donation. So we're gonna head on out to Outback. I think I saw something about, can I help you with the walkabout? I don't have any any authority or anything to do with that, definitely contact us through the website or the way that you ordered the tickets. Here's Gabby again. Good morning. So unfortunately this week we're losing a lot of our interns. Anybody out there interested in becoming an intern at Big Cat Rescue, it's a pretty awesome opportunity. You come here for 3 months at a time. And all of our volunteers and interns are the ones that do all the animal care here. There's Miss Kali. Hi, baby girl. Oh, thank you, Ruth. That's so very sweet of you. You guys are all so nice. Yes, you're right, Jessica. I passed through a lot of school zones this morning, and it was really weird. It's been a while. Miss Kali. Also waiting on breakfast. So let's head out to Outback, and we'll see if we can't see Arthur, or I'm sorry, not Arthur. Oh my gosh. Brokenhearted. Andre and Amanda, as well as Cam and Zabu and possibly Hoover. Last week we did lose Arthur. It's a 22-year-old tiger that lived with his brother and sister here. This is Priya on her morning jog. Bye, Priya. Yeah, we actually get interns from all over the world, especially the UK. We always get a lot of interns coming from the UK. We have several from Australia. Had a girl from the Netherlands last year. All over the US. Cameron's laying in lockout, which is kind of hilarious. Let's go check that out. What are you doing over there, Cam? Melanie, it's hard to read their stories, but it's not hard to watch them here. As you can see, not a lot of our cats seem very stressed out. They've definitely hit the lottery getting to come here. Hi, yes, hi Boo Boo. This is Zabu. Yes. You've been having a good time on vacation. Yeah, I've seen lots of silly photos of you. Yeah. So silly. Thank you to everybody who's helping me answer questions. When I'm driving or when I'm this close to the animals, I'm usually watching the animal over the comments that are flying by. So if I do miss any of your questions, either try to ask them again, or I will definitely go through the feed at the end when I get back to my desk and reach out to you. You're so silly. All right, let's go see Cameron. Why is he laying in lockout? He's so goofy. It's the very farthest edge for him to for him to see the feeding carts coming. You're so silly. What are you doing, big boy? This is Cameron. What are you doing? So silly. So silly. I never see him eat in a lockout, so watching him hang out in a lockout is pretty funny. Come on, Cam. You see him sitting there. He has 2.5 acres worth of area to be in, and that's where he's at. All this space, and see where Cameron's laying? Guys are so goofy. Guys are so silly. Are you getting breakfast? Yeah. You guys are getting breakfast. All that space. You silly lion. this is Lauren. Lauren just came back to us from the UK, thank God. And she's the coordinator today, and she's also training Abby, one of our upper level interns. She's learning to feed the big cats. Yep, so we feed the cats once a day in the morning. If they're pickier cats or they just won't eat as much in one sitting, then the keepers do come out multiple times a day until they've eaten the proper amount of food that we'd like for them to eat. Every day is a little different. Thank you, Stacy, for your donation. So they get a big variety of chicken, pork, turkey, beef, all different types. And you can see this is the best way we can show you how they're fed. That small box that she's opening the door to is called the feeding lockout. It becomes their happy place. And it also helps us get a really close-up look. The vet's able to actually get a really good look at them because we can calmly call them into lockout. They're gonna go over and try Cameron. Good morning. Hey, Lisa. Lisa was a former intern here. I did. I had a great weekend. Lorraine, so last week we did lose Arthur Tiger. He was 22 years old. He had been declining. Him and Andre actually both started to really show their age in the last few months. He already kind of had difficulty walking, but he did get his foot caught and injured himself and was unable to recover. Yeah, that's true, Jessica. Some of our extremely picky cats do actually prefer fish or shrimp. It's probably the amount of food that we feed the least of, but we do always have it on hand. Oh, boo-boo. Well, hello, Sherry. Have a great day. We're gonna stay here with Zabu because too many people crowded around Cameron can get him feeling a little anxious. They're just trying to feed him, but they feed him off a stick. He won't eat off a plate the way that she does. Good job, Boo-Boo. You stay right here. Zabu is a female. She's a white tiger. A lot of people don't realize that the only way to get a white tiger is through inbreeding. They're man-made. They're not something that would naturally occur in the wild. And because of the inbreeding, they have a lot of health defects. So she currently has a lot of dental issues, but I mean, you name it. I've seen a photo of it. It's terrible. It's a very cruel thing to do to get a white tiger. She's 18 years old, and thankfully she found a place like here because she can get all the medical care that she needs. I saw somebody ask about storms. It storms here all the time. It usually doesn't slow anyone down from eating. We usually just wait it out. Storms last, you know, not too terribly long here. And when it's over and passes, then we come out and feed them. They're all pretty used to it. Thank you, Angela. And keep going, Boo. So it looks like she got a lot of turkey breast today. Yeah, big cats are just like cats and dogs at home. If they eat too fast, they're gonna throw it back up and then re-eat it. I know that's what mine do. Yeah, the problem is she doesn't have a ton of great teeth, so again, lots of health defects, but you're right, Susan. Boo almost always eats everything but the mush. The mush is like, we call it their vegetables. It's the entire animal ground up, and so they get a lot of the roughage, the intestinal meat, all the good stuff they would actually get in the wild. She always saves it for the end, and she'll either eat it, or a few keepers can get her to eat it like in small little meatball sizes. There's a handful of cats that go through phases where they just won't eat their vegetables. Yep. As you should know, cats are 100% pure carnivores, so they don't eat vegetables at all. That's just what we call the intestinal meat. Sherry, no, not in their older age because of all the health issues and dental issues. Only our younger, most healthy cats will get whole prey. That is humanely euthanized rats and rabbits. They get those a couple times a week. And here comes Cameron. Hi, Cam. Did you eat some food? Did you eat something? Hey, big boy. Obviously, he ate something. Very licky. All the meat is frozen right up until a handful of hours before we feed it out, and then it thaws out. I want to finish that. That's not what we're doing. Oh. You're so silly. You can see how they drop a door to separate them. That way they don't bother each other while they're eating. They're pretty good for the most part. Zabu learned a long time ago. Get it.
You gonna get it. You don't want it? But it's so yummy. Come on, sir. You gonna get it. Get it. Get it. Gotta grab it. Got it? Good boy. Good job, sir. Good job, sir.
I keep seeing somebody ask about some kind of chemical. I don't know what you're referring to on a chemical. Sorry, you can re-ask or elaborate.
Get it, sir.
So he just got a turkey drum from Lauren. Melanie, no, we do not feed them live prey because generally, because they were born and raised by humans and in cages, they don't have those natural instincts. They might kill something that's alive, but they won't typically eat it, which is a huge waste. So everything that they're giving like that is already gone. The only animals that get live prey is our rehab bobcats that are native Florida bobcats that get re-released into the wild. Exactly, Shauna. Yep, it is just cruel because they don't really know what to do with it.
Good job.
Oh, excuse you, Zabu. I'm seeing lots of hi Abby's and hi Laurens. Thank you to everybody who's helping answer questions. I only see one or two at a time. It's the same equivalency if you were to have a pet snake at home and you have to go to the pet store and buy rodents for them to eat. So that's exactly the same process. It's nothing harmful. Hoover's doing fine. I don't know that he's out. We might try to walk down there. Nabisco's doing great. Frosty's doing good. Yep, this is Cameron Lyon for anyone just joining. We're at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. He has a turkey drum and is loving it. Good. That's a medicated turkey drum. Good job.
He's having a morning where nothing is good enough for his kindness.
Hello, everybody. Like I said, if I miss any of your questions, you can try to ask them again, or somebody from our group. A lot of moderators are on here, so they can always help answer. Or if I totally miss it, when I get back to my desk, I go through all the comments and can reach out to you. Good job. Saw something in who. Yeah, Cameron's doing well. This is Cameron right here. He gave us a good scare a couple months ago, but he's actually become a pretty good eater again. Pretty good, I said. Yep, you can't count them out till they're out, that's for sure. We were very scared about him, but good morning, everybody.
Oh, you better get that. I'll get it.
Thank you, Colleen, I did.
You liked it earlier.
You're right, I think he does. I saw somebody post a photo the other day showing Cameron's ribs and how on vacation you're not seeing his ribs as much. So yeah, he's doing really well.
Hello, someone is here to inspect the cell tower in the parking lot.
Always.
You sure?
Karen, you can learn about all of our different tours if you go to bigcatrescue.org/tickets. We've got a variety of different daily tours. So you can see how patient
I
Zabu
don't
was.
have anybody available at the minute, so ask them if they can just wait a little while.
Boo-boo. Being so good.
Melanie, it depends on the cat and the day. We diligently are always communicating between each other on Cameron had a red day, or Cameron had a turkey day, or Cameron had a chicken day. So it just kind of depends on the cat and the day.
How you doing?
So they get separated for feeding so that there is no risk for them to be aggressive. So they're putting them back together now. Yep, she is a little bit of a smaller girl. I think our largest female tiger, appearance-wise, I'm not totally sure on weight-wise, we only weigh them when they go into the hospital, and that's typically only for an emergency. But I believe it's Kali is our largest female.
Hi.
And we're closed into their roof section because they can be very stingy in the morning, and if we can get them up front to eat, that's where we put them. Yep, Andre and Amanda actually are doing fine. I talked with Catherine about that this morning. No major behavioral changes. They're both still eating. I see people are still talking about the whole prey. Yeah, a lot of times they're frozen. And and we dethaw 24 hours before feeding them. That's Amanda right there. Hi, Panda Girl. Hi. Oh, and Hoover is out, you guys, so you're getting a treat this morning. Hi, Amanda. Yeah, that was a good chuff. That was a good chuff. Good job, baby girl. All right, we're going. We're actually gonna go see Hoover because he's actually out, which is exciting. Hi, Hoovie. So, yep, you can see Amanda hasn't changed, hasn't skipped a beat. Hi, sweetness. Hi, sweet boy. This is Hoover. Hi, thank you for that chuffy. Thank you for that chuffy, sir. Yeah, I'd say Amanda and Kiesha are the most unpredictable and usually the most aggressive out here for sure, but they're all wild animals. They're all tigers, so you can't trust any of it. So Andre is behind us. Let's see if we can get a shot of him. Here he is. So this is Andre, and then Hoover behind me here. What a good boy! Where you going? Deborah, Cam's mane was not shaved off. We don't believe in breeding for life in cages, so when he came here, he was fixed. When you neuter a male lion, they do lose the testosterone flow. That is what causes the mane. Hi! Hi, Mr. Dre. This is Andre. Hi, sweet boy. I know. He's a good boy. So you can see Andre's doing really well. Amanda's doing well. They're both out and eager for breakfast. But yep, that's why Cameron doesn't have a mane. Originally, Zabu and Cameron were housed together to create white ligers, which is just horrible. You can imagine the birth defects that would have come out of that. They never did breed, and when they came here, they were fixed so that they could happily live together. No, Annie, we do no touching whatsoever here. These are wild animals, and that would be really disrespectful. They would never allow you to touch them in the wild, so trapping them in a cage so that you can force your wishes upon them is not good, not cool. That's Amanda. That's very typical Amanda as well. Can you imagine touching that, Annie? Just throwing that out there. That's a big no. Also, even if they act like they would want to be touched, if you touch them and they accidentally hurt you, which there's a very good chance that would happen, again, they're tigers, the CDC could have you put them down and tested for rabies, so that's also not worth it. Yeah, Amanda's always good at proving that point, and just because she's the one that's the most vocal doesn't mean she's the only one that's dangerous. They're all dangerous. Good morning to Louisiana. So you can see Andre's doing really well. Amanda's no hesitation to eat over there, but I keep my distance from her. We don't like to stress her out in the mornings. Yeah, if you guys heard Hoover chuff when I walked up to him, he's definitely been getting more and more vocal, which is exciting. And we call the chuff a tiger hello. Good morning, Diana. So if you guys are just joining us, we started out with Gabrielle Tiger. And then we said hello to Kiesha. We saw a little snippet of Cully and Priya, and then we came out to Cameron and Zabu. We're seeing Andre and Amanda. And we also got to see Hoover and got a Hoover chuff, so. Thank you to everybody who's donated and everybody who's helping me answer questions. Really appreciate it. For those of you that don't enjoy seeing cats in cages, we don't either. We'd love to put an end to it, so go to bigcatact.com and make the call of the wild for us this week. That'd be really wonderful. Thank you, Tammy. Yep, I was a volunteer here for 3 years before I did get a job here. which is amazing. Andre's getting his meatballs. Where did Hoover go? Nope, that might have been all we were gonna get at Hoover. He is out of here. Hoover has way down there. Yeah, so all of our animal care here is done by volunteers and interns.
I'm going away, Andre. You focus on food.
Let's go see if we can find out where Hoover ran off to. So there's a lot of ways to get involved. You can go to bigcatrescue.org/get-involved. That'll explain our volunteer program, our internships.
Hi, Hoovie. I'm coming to say hi.
He just came down several bubbles. Hi, big boy. You can learn all about Hoover's story. He was our first international rescue. He was a circus tiger in Peru.
Hi, bud.
You can go to bigcatrescue.org/Hoover.
He's our Casanova. Aren't you, bud? Where are we going?
Lauren will be coming down to him next. He's been eating pretty good. He's probably gonna go into that den, of course. He's got several favorite dens and favorite platforms.
Is that where you're gonna stay? All right, I don't blame ya.
Hoover gets to do what Hoover wants. I keep seeing questions about Andy Tiger. To my knowledge, he's doing okay. I know we were trying to collect a poop sample from him. He's not been eating as consistently as usual, but to be honest, in the summertime when it gets really hot here, that's not super uncommon. But we monitor the cats very, very closely. This is Hoover. It is one of his favorite dens. I can probably walk around so you can see his face, but there's a good chance as soon as I get over there. Here's Barb. As soon as I get over there, he'll probably get up and move. So if anybody has any last minute questions, I'm probably gonna sign off here in a few minutes. Hoovie, you handsome guy. You're so handsome. Oh, that was a big smile.
Good boy.
You're right, yeah. That's why I love where we moved Hoover. He doesn't have to see people hardly at all. 1 or 2 keepers at a time.
Handsome man.
Great, John. Thanks so much for following. We are expecting 3 new tigers. We don't have a time frame on that. It could be a couple months to a year. A lot of red tape when you're getting international rescues in, but we do have 3 tigers coming from circuses that have shut down in Guatemala.
Yeah. I know. You're gonna have some newbies.
Susan, when he first arrived, I think people thought he was reacting differently if you'd speak Spanish to him. See, there he goes.
I'm gonna take the hint, buddy.
But for the most part, no, he's just good at ignoring everybody, no matter what language you're speaking to him.
You gonna come say hi?
He must be ready to eat because he is being pretty active today.
All right, bud. I'm gonna let you eat breakfast in peace, okay?
Yeah. Yes, thank you. If you guys can't afford to donate, the best way you can help us is by sharing these live feeds, sharing our videos, sharing our YouTube channel videos. We're on Instagram. If you just support those and you help spread the word to your friends and family, that helps us reach new audiences, and it's really, really helpful. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully I will be seeing you again soon. I believe it's Max, Simba, and Kimba that are the tigers from Guatemala that we're expecting. So you can see Hoover's got multiple enclosures all connected by these tunnels, so we can close the doors off if we need to shift him around. He's on the move. He just watched Cameron run across vacation. Hopefully somebody was recording that. Looks like he's gonna roar up on his platform. No, Sherry, I haven't heard anything about ages from those cats. I feel like they look young, but I really don't know. Yeah, I'm very glad that circuses are becoming non-existent. I wish the full US would do the same thing. It's hard to watch other countries be ahead of us in those. So there's Hoover closest to me, and you can still see Andre. Well, thank you guys again. I'm definitely gonna sign off this time. So if I missed any questions at all, I'll be heading back to my desk for the day. So feel free to ask questions and I will reach out to you. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you again soon.